Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Live. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you here tonight. My name's Robert, as you may know, and here with me is Jack. How are you doing, Jack?
Doing great, Robert. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. I had a nice 3-in-1. I've got the Friday feeling. Everything's going well.
Me too, actually. It's great.
What did you get?
I got a vindaloo with a couple of chapatis. What about you?
I got a wee cheese garlic naan with chips.
Cheese, garlic, naan with chips. Nice. Good stuff.
Well, what's happening tonight? Tonight, you guys, the viewers, we've got a lot of you joining us. It's great to see you. You guys are going to be the detectives tonight. You are going to be working out in the main game at the end who done it. The game at the end is inspired by Among Us. If you don't know what Among Us is, where have you been? It is an amazing game. It's the craze at the moment. Everyone loves Among Us. But the theme of Among Us is betrayal, and you need to work out who done it, who the betrayer is. But we'll get more onto that later. Jack will explain that in a wee bit. But there will also be a game tonight called Picture Link, just before Who Done It. And Picture Link, there'll be 4 photos on the screen, and your job at home, it's just a warm-up game really, but your job at home will be to figure out what links the 4 pictures on the screen. But again, Jack will explain that later, so don't worry.
Indeed.
Jack, though, there are prizes tonight, easy prizes as well. Why don't you tell us what the prizes
There
are?
are, Robert. That's right. So, for anyone who participates, I saw it. It was quite funny the way we've worded it. A good comment. What we mean by a good comment in Facebook is just get involved, give us your answers, be talking, be responding, be interacting. If you're doing that, your name will go into a little prize draw for a £10 Just Eat voucher. The second prize tonight is a £20 Just Eat voucher, and that's for who works out the who done it. So two prizes to win: a £10 Just Eat voucher and a £20 Just Eat voucher. Okay, so before we get into any of that, before we get into any games, will we head over to the news and we'll check out what's going on. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Friday Night Live EXP News. You're here with Robert, and I will be taking you through some EXP news over the next couple of minutes. So here we go. You'll have noticed that our EXP team has been expanding over the past couple of months, and that is because we've got a new worker, as you've seen on the screen, Big Jack McGinnigal. Jack's just recently joined us into EXP, and he's making a huge difference. He's going to be working in the primary schools and also the grammar schools. So if you see him around, say hi, and also say a hello in the comments to give him a wee welcome there. And also to expand our team, we've just taken on a new intern, Blair McComb, as most of you will know. Blair's coming on as an intern with us, as I say, and he'll be also working in the primary schools and also the grammar school, making a difference. So also give Blair a big welcome. He's come through as one of our Red Hoodie leaders as well. It's great to have him part of the team. It's been amazing to have been able to be working in Dunoon Grammar School over the past couple of months. We've been able to go up at lunchtimes and interact with the young folk, get to know some of them, and also do some challenges. It's a huge opportunity for the young people to win some prizes. We've been giving out Amazon vouchers, Just Eat vouchers, and we've also been giving out cinema tickets. Just for taking part, you could win a 50% off your cinema ticket. What's not to love? Money and cinema tickets. Amazing. So if you see us in the forum, get involved. It's good times. Next up, under our new restrictions and strictly sticking to guidelines, we've still been able to run some of our face-to-face clubs and meetings. That's a huge part, and big thank you to Dunoon Baptist Church. So we've been able to do our Mad Club, we've been able to do our Rookies meetings, we've been able to do our Boys D group as well, and the Girls D group's been able to meet over Zoom, but that wouldn't have been possible without Dunoon Baptist Church and them offering us their space. We've been keeping it very safe and been sticking to restrictions, but a huge thank you to them. They've been making a huge difference. Also, next up, a huge thank you to Alistair McGregor for helping me construct our new arcade basketball machine. We've just recently got that, and we'll be able to use that at activities. If you've not seen a photo of that, you can head over to our Instagram. That's EXP Youth Work on Instagram. and you can see a photo. But big thank you to Alistair. Good man. I'm now going to pass back over to Jack, who's going to be taking us through the next part of our night. So back over to you, Jack, in the EXP office. Take it easy.
Thank you, Robert. Love what you're doing with your tan. Okay, so the next part of our news is the Mad Club. We're doing some weird and wonderful news for us, so we're going to roll straight on to that. There we go.
Hi, our first news story this evening is about potty-mouth parrots. Earlier this month, 5 potty-mouth parrots had to be split up by zoo bosses after egging each other on with foul language. The parrots joined Lancashire Wildlife Centre's colony, 200 grey parrots, back in August. It didn't take long to ruffle a few feathers with their foul language. Steve Nicholson, CEO of Wildlife Park, said, "We saw it very quickly. We are used to parrots swearing, but never had 5 at the same time." The 5 parrots had been distributed to different areas of the park so they do not set each other off. There's some bullshit birds with big personalities. Over to Lewis.
Thank you, Ennis. Our next story is Juicy KFC Chicken or Crystal. Jewellery shop owner Amelia Rood came across a bizarre-looking diamond that looks good enough to dip in ketchup and chew on, although it may result in a trip to the dentist. The jewellery boss was stunned when she came across the mineral, which is a clone of one of KFC's tasty concoctions. Although it looks like the perfect companion for some barbecue sauce, the crystal would not actually be very nutritious. This is a red calcite cluster, a type of calcium carbonate mineral which is one of the most common on Earth. Is the Colonel's secret recipe revealed? We hope you're not craving some KFC now. If you are, then let's distract you by going over to our next report from Jade.
Carlisle's tropical seagull. A tropical bird was found wandering a car park in Carlisle. Shocked onlookers who contacted the RSPCA thought they had discovered something truly extraordinary. Welfare officers soon confirmed that the bird was not tropical and was just a regular seagull that had been dyed electric blue. After trying to clean the dye from its feathers, mystery still surrounds what happened to the seagull. The RSPCA officer said he had never seen anything like it in 20 years on the job. He said, "We have had similar situations before where the seagulls had got themselves into trouble after falling into containers of oil, curry and beer. But we just don't know what had happened to this poor bird. I wonder what kind of blue powder has fallen on him and left him in such a state." Stephen Wakelin from Wolf Wildlife Rescue said, "We are doing our best for this poor gull and we are hoping it makes a full recovery." Stephen also mentioned that the gull appears a little dazed and still isn't able to fly just yet. Back to Jack at the EXP office.
Thank you, Jade.
That is awesome. Well done, Jade. Thank you. A big thank you to all you Mad Club guys, Ennis, Lewis and Jade, for doing the news there. It's great to have you involved. And hopefully in the future we'll be able to get more of you guys involved as well. It has been amazing running Mad Club. A couple of guys have been along to it, leading, and we've had loads of young people really interested in it, so we'll be doing more of that hopefully in the future. It's been strange adapting to the COVID restrictions, but it's also been fantastic to still be able to meet up and do things safely. It's really been awesome. But we do have a bit of news that we didn't include in our EXP news. It's a bit of sad news, but also exciting news. Our very own Xavier Graysmark. Xavier's been involved with the EXP for a long time. He was first involved as a young person, then he became a rookie, and then he became one of our Red Hoodie volunteer leaders. And Zav's an amazing guy. If you've not met him, you've missed out. But Xavier is moving on. It's really sad for us, but also we're so excited for him. Xavier is starting basic training with the Army on the 1st of November. And it wouldn't be right to send him off without an embarrassing compilation of photos. So Jack's kindly put together a nice video for us, and a couple of his pals sent pictures in of him, and we'll show that video just now. Take it away, Jack.
Enjoy, Zav. you have. Okay, so on to the next thing, which is our first game. As we said, it's a picture link, really easy. What connects the pictures? We'll probably just leave them on until we see comments getting them right. If for any reason there's any major delay, we'll skip to the next one. So yeah, let's see you get involved. we get on?
Some very interesting comments there. I've got to say, I'm very impressed with one particular person. Will we go through answers? Some really good
Yes,
comments. Keep
absolutely.
interacting, by the way. We are going to keep putting your names down for a draw out of the hat for a £10 Just Eat voucher. Couldn't be easier. But let's go through the answers. Slide number 1, loads of football badges. I am so impressed with Shimon. He got Ronaldo off the bat. I think he commented first, and he got Ronaldo straight away. And I saw he changed his answer to football because everyone else was going football. But Shimon will still accept that. Slide number 2. What was that? YouTubers. Pretty much everyone got YouTubers.
Yep. YouTubers.
Good effort, troops. Slide number 3. Wimbledon. So I think Sky and Andrew both got Wimbledon. Everyone was saying tennis players, which of course it was. But the biggest tournament in tennis, Wimbledon. I'm sure it's the biggest tournament in tennis. But well done, Sky and Andrew. Good to have you guys. And lastly, this was an interesting one because I didn't know Lewis Capaldi was a rapper. Everyone kept saying rapper. And I've never heard Lewis Capaldi rap, nor do I know if I want to.
No.
It'd be quite interesting and entertaining, I'm sure. But yeah, I only got that first, so good effort, Emily. You are all in for the prize draw. Remember that. Keep commenting, you're all in. But why don't we get on to the main event of tonight? Jack, why don't you take us away?
Absolutely. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see is it's a scene with a voiceover. You need to guess who the voiceover's by. It's literally just going to kind of place the main character and the event. So I just need you all to be listening, thinking about this, and how this is all going to kind of unfold. Let's go.
Justir Chess is the wealthy French heart surgeon known all over the world for his incredible work. Some say he has hands capable of miracles. Thousands owed their lives to Justir. He would travel far and wide just to reach someone in need of surgery, always saving their lives with a 100% success rate. Constantly under the public eye, when not performing surgery, he's being questioned and flooded by curious doctors and experts, all wanting an insight into Justir's medical knowledge. It's hard to have friends when you're so popular. However, Justir handles it well. He doesn't let this go to his head, and he's very trusting of his close circle of friends. Justir is rarely able to have a weekend of downtime. The time has come, and Justir is having a gathering of 5 friends at his glamorous mansion. Halfway through the night, there is a knock at the door. The knock shudders through the huge hallways into the dining room, where everyone is gathered. Justir goes to answer, but does not return to his friends. The police have come to collect him. They've been given some inside information regarding Justir and his success. Justir is taken away for questioning. Who could betray Justir like this? The police must have been called at some point during the night. Who would want him to be seen by everyone as a fraud? Let's look at Justir's extravagant dinner guests.
Okay, so you know the main character, you know what's going on. Now we're going to meet the dinner guests. So this is a little bio. I'm going to leave them up on screen. We'll flick through and just take notes, think about everything, and let's go. Okay, so you've met the guests. We need to clear up a couple of things. So we just looked at all the bios for all the guests. Amelie had a great point. Do we put the answers in the comments? I think yes, and I think you should put your reason why. First person to get it right and get a reason why that doesn't sound like just a guess, I think will be definitely a winner. Andrew, you got it spot on with Kieran being the voiceover. I'm going to hold on for like a couple of seconds and put it out here. Does anyone need anything explained? Do we understand? We've had a voiceover explaining the scene, Justir's fabulous mansion. Please come to the door. Take him away. We suspect somebody at the party was the person who's betrayed him, and now we're going to find out who that is. I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds, make sure there's no comments come in, and then we'll get moving on to the questions that you ask as the detectives and the responses from the guests. So I'm looking at Robert. I'm not seeing anything yet. Don't think we've got anyone looking for anything. Will we make a move? Yeah? Okay, so the next thing you're going to see are the 3 questions that we asked. So if there's anything, is there any way we can see the bios again? Do you want me to run quickly back through the bios? Is this a general consensus? Yeah? Okay, right, we'll put the bios. Okay, so we've seen the bios again. Hopefully, now you've seen the bios again, we're clear. You've met the 5 characters who were there that night with Justir, who was betrayed. They have... Someone in the party has betrayed them, and you need to figure out why. So the next slide you're going to see is the 3 questions they were all asked, and then you're going to see all of their answers, one after the other. And from that, you have to decide who done it. Okay? We're going to get moving on to the next slide.
How do I know Justir? Well, I've known Justir for as long as I can remember. I mean, I'm his closest friend. We do absolutely everything together. I could tell you some of his closest secrets, but you'd have to pay me first. Why was I at the dinner party? Well, when there's a dinner party at Justir's house, I'm guaranteed to be there. And hey, you can even guarantee that I helped him make the invite list. I've been enjoying life ever since this fashion business took off. Now I have all the free time in the world. So, even if I didn't want to come, I'd probably still have an excuse. Who do you think had reason? Well, I don't really want to pass the blame onto anyone. However, if you want my opinion, I'd say Fus Fondor. His younger brother, Suf, so nice. I don't get how that guy comes from the same family. I mean, he's just such an arrogant man.
I have been friends with Justir for a while. It's really handy for him because I help him with his financial decisions, so I don't know what he'd do without me. Well, I own a financial firm, you see, and I only have to keep this open maybe 6 months out of the year. So the last 4 months it's been closed and I've been able to be here. It's really lucky actually because I'm usually traveling the globe. This group really annoys me. To be honest, it could have been any of them. Petros is constantly trying to butter up to Justir, but I don't even think Justir likes him. Then you have the Fonder brothers. What a pair they are. I reckon they're only here to get free food and post on their social medias. They really wind me up. Justir, she has always made me suspicious. She only ever talks when spoken to, and her beady eyes freak me out. She also had her phone out a few times, but I don't think you can text the police, can you?
How do I know the accused? I know Justir very well. We've been pals for quite a long time. Him and my younger brother are good friends. To be honest, everyone knows me. You're only a somebody if I know you. Why was I at the dinner party? Well, why wouldn't I be at an upper class dinner party if I'm in town? I'm a record breaking Olympian. Justir probably likes having me around for his street credit. That, and I suppose we're good pals. The police were called from the dinner party. Who do I think had a reason? Well, it definitely wasn't me. I have better things to do than rat people out. Petros has always been jealous of Justir. That's why he butters himself up so much. But I don't think he could have had the energy to call the police. He's gotten very lazy recently. Tiara is shady. She was on her phone a few times. At one point she left because her phone was ringing and had to take a call.
How do you know the accused? I'm lucky to know Justir. He's such an amazing guy. Me and Justir have a good friendship connection. We've partnered a few times on charity work, and from there we got to know each other. Our personalities match really well. Why were you invited to the dinner party? It's not unusual to invite your friend round for dinner, is it? My older brother Thus tags along with me to these kinds of things a lot. I'd rather he didn't, but I see it as helping him out socially.
I wouldn't be able to confidently point the finger at anyone. I noticed Petros and Thus really don't get on well. For the most part, they ignore each other, though. I don't know why. Duther is always silent, but I'd expect that from her. Tiara I struggle with. One of the richest at the table, and also one of the stingiest. Never a good trait in a person.
How do I know the accused? Well, me and Justir met when one of his patients was of interest to me in my work. But I'm not allowed to get into that. I also know Justir well through Suthi, who has been a good friend of mine. He's one of the few people who still checks up on me nowadays. Well, why was I at the dinner party? Well, I assumed it was because Justir thought it would be nice to invite me along. I know I'm not a big part of this group, and I don't fit the people very well. Oh, you say the police were called from the party? Who do I think had a reason? Well, all night I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I noticed that Tiara and Thus and Petrus were being quite sketchy, but maybe that's just because I don't see eye to eye with them that much. I do admit I had my phone out frequently, as I couldn't bear the silences and that awkwardness of not saying much. Tiara was up and down a lot. Maybe she has a weak bladder.
Did we get somebody, Robert? Did we get someone?
I've got someone. Oh boy, we do have a winner. We have an impressive winner as well, with good reasoning. Thank you so much for interacting, guys. Some more names added on the list there. We also have a winner for the name out of the hat, which good times. I hope they're still on. We're still getting some comments through. Nice, good stuff. But before we announce the winner and the reason you're here, the prizes, before we announce the prizes, we're going to look at the theme of tonight. A quick couple of minutes looking at the theme of tonight, which is betrayal. So we're going to go over to our new apprentice, Blair, who's going to chat us over a little bit, a couple of minutes about betrayal, and then we'll announce some prizes. Take it away, Blair. Thank you.
Hi guys, it's Blair here. I hope you're all enjoying your night. Now I'm going to be speaking a bit today on betrayal. Tonight's session has been modelled after the game that is taking everyone by storm at the moment, Among Us. Now the aim of the game as the imposter is to win the game by killing your teammates and getting the other survivors to betray each other. But what is betrayal? I'm sure many of you have experienced it at one point or another. A friend turning their back on you, maybe a family member saying that they don't like your new outfit after telling you to get it. The main topic I want to touch on today is that everyone will experience betrayal at one point or another. This is the bit I want you to remember. Jesus had a Judas, so what makes you think you won't have one? Now, when we are betrayed, we have two options. We can cut ties with the person entirely, be bitter and say that we won't ever forgive them as long as we live, or we can say, I forgive you for what you did. Now, even Jesus was hurt when he was betrayed by Judas. In Psalm 55:12, if an enemy were insulting me, I could endure it. If a foe were rising against me, I could hide. But it is you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend. Jesus explains that even though he could see the betrayal coming, it still hurt him, and as him and Judas were friends before. Which would hurt more? If a stranger walked past you and said, "Hey, your hair looks stupid," or if you had the same comment come from someone close to you? Which would make you feel worse? The person that was closer to you, right? That's because when someone closer to you betrays you, you feel more pain as you trusted them to be there for you and hoped they would never break that trust or friendship. But my main question for you this evening is this. When someone betrays you, should you forgive them? Or should you hold it against them until a time where you feel that you're ready to forgive them? Well, that answer may surprise you. When someone hurts us, sometimes our automatic response is to hold on to that pain and shrug off that person. But in the Bible, in Ephesians 4:32, it states, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." Now, this certainly isn't easy, but one of the ways in which the devil works is to use your anger and disdain towards another person to fuel your bitterness and keep you from forgiving that person. That's why we should take time to let go of what hurt us and forgive those who have wronged us. At the end of the day, the only ones being hurt by you holding on to that anger and pain is you. The best way to rise above and get to a place where you can forgive those who hurt you is by being better, not bitter. Now, by no terms does this mean you should let people walk all over you. All forgiveness may lead to a change in the relationship, but at the end of the day, it will allow you to be free of hurt and anger that you've been holding on to. Most of the time, it should lead to a positive change, but it can also lead to a change of how often you have contact with that person or what information you trust them with. People will come to know your heart by the fruit you bear. It's an old saying, but it means that the kind of person you are is exampled in your actions. Take time to be kind and live your life with open arms, hearts, and minds. You can't stop bouncing back, as that then stops you from being you. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much, Blair. That was amazing.
That's awesome, Blair. Thank you very much. Good message there. Now, let's get on to some prizes, shall we, Jack?
Yes, indeed.
We have winners. We'll announce the £10 Just Eat voucher just for taking part today.
Yep.
And a lot of you did. There was a good 15, 16 names in the hat there who commented and interacted in the comments. But we do have one winner from a random number generator. Well done, too. Can we get a drum roll?
Yes, we can. Hold on.
Station, let's go. Well done to Mr. John McIntosh.
Whoa!
Good effort, John. Me and John have been doing a rock, paper, scissors tournament for since we started first year. And we're on our 34th lunchtime. And you wouldn't believe that it's actually 17 all as of today. So every day we do rock, paper, scissors. So we're drawing in rock, paper, scissors, but he is winning the £10 Just Eat voucher. John, get in contact with us privately through Facebook and we will send that over to you by email. Perfect. Now, the big winner of the £20 Just Eat voucher. There was a lot of good comments down there. I really enjoyed some of your answers. But the first person who got in with their person correctly and why was Brandon. Brandon, well done. He's using his mum's Sky's account. But Brandon, you have won the £20 Just Eat voucher. Congratulations. Got a lot of claps.
Sorry, Robert. I just literally applauded over everything you just said there. Sorry.
You can ask for the drum roll. No anticipation there. But Brandon, congratulations. That is awesome. You'll get a munch on us this weekend, and John as well. Get in contact with us. Message the EXP page on Facebook with your parents' email address, and we'll send them straight over to you tonight. Okay, or tomorrow.
So good. Really well done.
Get in contact with us. But thank you so much, guys. That's awesome. Thank you for joining us.
So yeah, obviously we hope you had a fun time tonight. We didn't want it to be too long. We wanted it to be something really fun, really concise. The final graphic you're going to see tonight is just leave us comments, give us feedback if there's something you want to do, more of this, something else, something new. Whatever it is, we're so keen to know what you want us to do and how to kind of present it for you. So we're going to put the graphic up. You're not going to see us again tonight. Have an amazing night. Have a great weekend. And we'll see some of you on Monday. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
Okay, we lied. We're back on. In our excitement and haste to announce winners, we didn't actually say who did it. Such a fail. Okay, Robert, who did it and why? Oh, well, who did it, sorry.
Who did it? As we say, Brandon won, so you probably worked out from the comments who did it by looking at his comment, but Tiara did it. Tiara did do it. She was the betrayer, and as you know, Brandon got it spot on. She left the room. She was the only person who left the room to go on her phone, so it was obvious. It's quite obvious it was Tiara, but Brandon got it in a nutshell. So yeah. We forgot to add that in the excitement of telling him that he'd won a £20 Just Eat voucher. Good effort, guys.
Bye.